This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some important updates to share with you. A really big change is coming to Social Security in 2023. I'll let you know what the impact of that is. More inflation relief checks coming January 14th. And stimulus update. Here's why the average household could have an extra $200 a month. According to President Biden, I'll let you know exactly what President Biden said there. Gas prices could go up to $4 per gallon. I'll let you know the latest on that and give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a terrific Thursday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel for more daily, straight-to-the-point updates on matters that financially matter to you. So a very big change is coming to Social Security in 2023, and it will impact you even if you aren't getting benefits. So what is this about? It's saying do yourself a favor and prepare in advance. So basically, what it's talking about here is there is a big change. Also, it says here, you might lose more money to Social Security. The big change here is the wage cap. So this year the wage cap sits at $147,000, but next year it's rising to $160,200. This means that workers will pay Social Security taxes on another $13,200. Now the good news is salaried workers don't have to cover their entire Social Security tax bill themselves. They split it with their employers. Now the problem here is basically what it's saying is that for extra high earners, there is not enough Social Security taxes being paid. So basically with this change right here, the $147,000 to the $160,000, they're saying that's good because you're getting an extra $13,000 worth of earnings to go towards the big Social Security pot, but for higher earners, it's not really affecting the Social Security pot. Basically, that's what this article comes down to. Then remaining inflation relief checks to be issued by January 14th. So this is in California, the California stimulus check, also known as the Golden State stimulus. So a lot of people in California are waiting for their refund, which could be anywhere from $200 to $1,050. Basically, the remaining amount will be sent out on January 14th. So keep an eye out for that if you're in California and you did not receive it yet. And then here's a big one, stimulus update. Here's why the average household could have an extra $200 a month, according to President Biden. So what's being said here? President Biden tweeted out an important announcement. Basically, he explained that the average American family may have a lot more wiggle room in their budget now and could get $200 a month. So let's see what this is about. Will you end up with some extra cash in your bank account? Well, let's go over exactly what President Biden said first. Let me find the quote here. He said, right now, families with 2 cars driving home for the holidays are saving $200 a month on gas compared to mid-June's peak. So that's what the tweet said. Basically, high gas prices before. If you were spending the same amount of gas, you're saving $200 now. So if you were spending $200 more per month on gas during the summer and you now get to keep that money for other things, thanks to falling prices, these reclaimed funds can now allow you to do other important things with your money, like spending it on fun purchases or saving it. So basically, President Biden here is saying that you are paying $200 more a month in the summer. Now you save that $200 and you could do whatever you want. So there's no check being sent out of $200, nothing like that. He's just basically saying you're saving it. Is that worthy of something to say? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. Should there be $200 checks in addition to the savings from gas? Speaking of gas and oil, U.S. emergency oil stockpiles dropped to lowest level since 1983 as gas prices tick up. So keeping emergency oil stockpile levels high is important for U.S. energy security and national security, according to GOP lawmakers. So basically, the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, also known as the SPR, so the level of the SPR, an emergency stockpile of crude oil managed by the Department of Energy, declined to 375 million barrels last week. So that's the lowest it's been since December of 1983. And this is as gas prices are going up and could go even higher. So exclusive, $4 gas could return as soon as May, according to Gas Buddy. So Gas Buddy is the expert when it comes to forecasting the price of gas and what the price of gas is now, what it will be in the future. Take a look at more of what Gas Buddy has to say.
Close out the night, we are looking at today's national average price for a gallon of gas. $3.07, down about 20 cents from this time last year, although up from 2 years ago. But this is good news. Joining us now is Patrick DeHaan. He is the head of petroleum analysis at Gas Buddy. Looking at your map, which is fantastic, with the exception of California and like us lowly parts of the Northeast, most of them, and the map is over your left shoulder, our viewers right, most of America is now below $3 a gallon.
Yeah, that's right, Brian. What a way to close out the year and usher into 2023, the lowest prices we've seen really since the summer of 2021, when, of course, things were far different with COVID shutdowns. We've seen a lot this year. National average starting the year at 2022 at $3, hitting $4, then $5, now back to $4, and in some cases $3 and even $2. So a very nauseating ride in store is what we had this year, but certainly some good news as we close the end of the year out with gas prices at their lowest level in 18 months.
Anything on the horizon, Patrick, that makes you think things can change? I know accidents happen. You were very good about tracking things like refinery. We had some mysterious refinery fires a couple months ago in the Midwest. Anything on your radar?
Absolutely, Brian. As we close out the year, some of that extremely cold weather has hampered refineries in some areas of the country where they were affected. The Great Lakes, the Plain States, into Texas as well. That's going to be a continuing motto going into the new year, is less the price of oil, but more what's going on at the nation's refineries. So look for that to continue into next year. That could be more problematic in the spring when refineries begin their seasonal turnarounds and we start to switch over to more expensive summer gasoline.
And that's the story, I think, with gas prices. Everybody says, well, it's the war or it's OPEC or whatever. It might be those things. But we haven't, the last major refinery, and I mean more than 100,000 barrels a day, the last one that we built in America. So the youngest big refinery was built in 1977, when I was 6 years old in Garyville, Louisiana. If we have one of these big refineries go down because they're trying to run 100%, being goaded by the White House to do so, they don't have the people, whatever, what's going to happen? How on the edge in some ways are we with just producing gasoline?
Well, as we've seen in 2022, there has been very little, basically no breathing room, no margin for error. And to your point, the average age of these facilities, Brian, is tremendous. If these were people, they'd be well taking Centrum Silver by now. Some of these facilities over 100 years old. So this is going to be problematic in the year ahead.
Some of the refineries that are operating today are at or near 100 years old. Is that correct?
It is. I can give you a prime example. The largest refinery here in the Great Lakes, down just outside of Chicago in Whiting, Indiana, harkens back to the 1890s when that facility started production.
I drink your milkshake. I mean, those were that was a very different time. We had one in Philadelphia that caught fire and nearly exploded a couple of years ago. I went down and covered it. It's now being dismantled. It's permanently gone. I think that was the oldest. I know everybody thinks we're going to be driving all electric in a couple weeks or something. 5.5% of sales are electric. That means that bad math, 94.5% are not. Is our demand for gasoline likely to be a lot higher in 30 years than we think it is today?
I think it will probably still be up there. And look at everything going on globally right now with even Europe. Going back temporarily to things like coal, internal combustion engine. A lump of coal, Brian, would have probably been a great Christmas gift this year in Europe. And I think that's what our future here over the next 5 to 10 years looks like, is all this talk about EVs, the infrastructure isn't there, renewables. There's just no way to replace some of the generation by nuclear, by oil, by natural gas. I mean, look at Texas. Much of their energy is natural gas. So for the foreseeable future, the refining aspect of this conversation will continue.
What are your thoughts on that? Do you think gas prices are going to go up? Should we start drilling in America? What is your gas price in your area? Let me know down in the comments below whether your state or city and what the price is. I'm really curious if it started to go up again. Let me know down in the comments below. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully cheer you up a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Belle. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you something that you should really do. Like if you make a mistake, learn by experience and make mistakes. And I see you in the next video. Hi guys. Monster ice bleeding. Don't say that. Hi guys. I wish them breathe and see I could. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all of your support. So crazy thing, I missed yesterday's video. Had everything all prepared, but had a huge migraine. This was only my second migraine in my entire life, and it was crazy. I just couldn't move, couldn't do anything. The pain was excruciating. It's crazy. Now I feel back to normal, but it's crazy. I feel really bad for people who have migraines on a regular basis. It's a horrible thing. But anyways, hopefully you have a great rest of your day. If you want to check out my latest video on my Wise Buys channel, you can click right up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.